Greetings fellow girls, guys and gaming fans. This is Small Archangel. Welcome back to my corner of the Ark. This is Hidden Valley. Day, actually I don't have a clue, 159. And I've spent nearly 200 hours in game, if you believe it. And this is, yeah, the net result, at least in this location. Obviously, we've had a few base builds before this one, but this is the most elaborate one that I've achieved so far. And it's not bad to say that we're running solo. As ever, I have some plans about what we want to do today. And chiefly what I've decided to do is to put a greenhouse here, partly because now, especially now I've got my walls and my gates in place, I'm pretty fed up of sort of having to schlep over there to the garden all the time. I will leave those garden plots there, but I'd really like to have some a bit closer to home, like literally right next door. But unfortunately that means, yeah, we've just placed this trough and fridge here and preserving bin here, and yeah, we're going to have to move them now, so that's fine. I will do that. As you can see, I've emptied this already, so there is nothing in there, so we will just go ahead and demolish it. It didn't cost that much to make it in the first place, and again, there is nothing in here, including spark powder. I've taken it all away, so we will remove that as well. And then we have a space here, and then what we're going to have to do, of course, is move our dinos. Now, what I'm thinking I'll probably do is make some sort of dino accommodation down here, but that might have to wait for the next episode. So if you'll bear with me, I'm just gonna manually move the dinos. All of my creatures have now got an inventory full of meat, so basically I emptied the meat that was in the other, you know, the fridge and the preserving bin and the feeding trough, and that's now inside all my carnivores, so that should keep that nice and sort of relatively fresh, and obviously then they've got the food to eat as well. Okay, I've arranged them in no particular order. You can see between them, particularly the Argents, they really take up quite a lot of space actually, so we might end up having to take out that rock there. In fact, we probably will. But for now, we have a nice free space here to work with. Obviously, I've done some prep off camera because otherwise we're grinding a lot, and that's no fun. I've had this running all night, making us lots and lots of lovely metal. We're probably going to have to do another metal run before long, but I did go with both my Argents and Carmen, and I rode Carmen and I took the Argents for loading it with metal and also crystal. So we've got 269 crystal, and then I don't know how many, 116 metals there, and then there's some more up here as well, 167 there. So we've got a ton, in other words, because basically what we need is to be able to make ourselves this greenhouse. So I've made some foundations. I'm not absolutely sure how many of these we're going to need, which is why I basically just made as many as I had the resources for at the time. Hello, somebody's working overtime, Chloe. I've currently got more eggs than I actually can use, which is lovely. So I probably don't need any more dodos for the minute. So what I'm thinking, and we're probably going to find that this bit of the scenery, this bit of the cliff actually protrudes and gets in the way. What I'm going to do, I'm going to place it directly on the end of here. It has occurred to me to kind of sort of put it on the side, but I actually want the conservatory. Yeah, I actually want it to have kind of a conservatory feel to it, actually. So we're going to put, like so. And we're probably going to need more pieces of foundation than I've actually made. For example, I've made that many. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought that that would probably clip and wouldn't fit. And that's a bit of a downer, actually. It's obstructed and there's nothing we can do about that. Okay, so I think what we'll do, because we can't go any further in this direction, because we're blocked there, and I don't really want it to be an irregular shape, because I was hoping to make it sort of that long like so. What we'll do, I think, we'll go in this direction instead. There we are. And we'll take this out on this side, because it's facing kind of the wrong way anyway. And we will make a couple more of these. Hang on, we just have to hit 7 a couple of times. And we'll make this join up here. With the terrace, and then we'll have terrace access directly into our greenhouse like that. Now that's going to be fairly long and thin, but I don't know, I think it'll still look pretty good. And I might decide to make it sort of go around the corner a bit there as well. I don't know. We'll probably have another little bit of railing just there, and then have the greenhouse. I don't know, should make it up to here, in which case that railing will have to come out. We'll have to put a wall in. But basically, I'm going to have a wall from the kitchen into the greenhouse. So this wall here is going to come out. And that window that we've just placed. And we're going to place the greenhouse door in there. Yeah, and hopefully we're going to have enough room in there then for sort of enough. In fact, I might just put a couple more frames. Even though we can't fit that one there, I might just put a couple more foundations here, simply because ultimately what I'm wanting to do is place a water cistern here as well, a metal cistern, to irrigate our crops with. And as things stand, we're going to have medium-sized crop plots in here, because if we don't have medium-sized crop plots, we're not going to be able to fit our sort of high-end crops in there. Back in the tool shed, we need to learn the appropriate engrams for our greenhouse. Now, we learned one of the windows already, of course, and hopefully we'll have enough materials that we'll be able to make all of the pieces that we need. Greenhouse wall, metal ladder, yeah, okay, greenhouse wall, we'll learn that one. And we should have enough engrams as well. Greenhouse ceiling, greenhouse door frame, greenhouse door, and we're probably going to need slope greenhouse roof. That's going to look good if we use that. And then we're going to need the slope walls as well. There we go, and that took up a few engram points. So, if we look in here, we've got structures, greenhouse, greenhouse wall. We need 6 of those. Now, we can only make 10 by the look of it. So, we might find that we don't have enough of something. Probably crystal, because, yeah, this is going to use a lot of crystal. So we will see how we go. We might have to decide whether we want to make some of the walls out of stone, or whether the best thing to do really is to go and get. See, that back wall could be stone quite easily. I mean, I can collect some more. I can collect some more materials, no problem at all. There we go. And those ones, they really need to be glass. And I guess just with a sloped roof, that's going to be enough to sort of make that. Yeah, I'd be quite happy with a stone wall at the back there, just because there's nothing there anyway. We've just got rock back there, so you're not going to get a lot of light through that anyway. We probably need one more side wall there, and then we're going to want glass at this side as well. So I'm going to put another glass wall here, and then a glass wall here, and we're going to want a door frame here, obviously, and then I'm going to put stone walls at the back, and I've made a couple. And if you recall, when we put in the windows for the house, we actually had a couple left over, so I'm going to place those in here, and then at least we've still got some windows in the back of our greenhouse. It's just, yeah, not many. Just very small ones. But hey, they'll open. They're for ventilation. And we've got a little bit of clipping there, obviously, but generally that's looking pretty nice. So we're going to need our door frame for here. If we can, we'll put a glass wall there, but we're going to need some more, probably more crystal, to make our. We'll do stone for the back the entire back wall there, but we're probably going to need some more crystal to make these. I think we're probably going to have enough metal, but insufficient crystal. Crystal's heavy stuff, and even with 2 Argents and Carmen, I found it difficult to bring back enough of the stuff. So let's see how much more we can make here. Structures greenhouse, we're going to need a door frame, please. And we're going to need sloped, one of those, and we're going to need a door. It's getting dark. I always run out of daylight in this game. We could do with this being an access from the outside so that we can access, you know, sort of the rest of the grounds from kind of this area here, and access the greenhouse more easily as well. So I'll see if I can put a stone ramp there, but it might not play nice. They don't like to go somewhere just because we say so. There we go, there's our door frame. Now we've got a door as well. It might look a bit strange with no actual roof or anything, and we've got some wall missing as well, of course. Now here we're going to need, I'm guessing we're going to need our, let me just open this so we can get in. We're going to put in the back wall first, and then I can be sure what I'm doing, and I'm going to take this one out. There we go. And yeah, I'm guessing that stone foundation. No, we don't want to take out the stone foundation. Alright, so I'm going to finish making that back wall in stone, and if necessary I shall gather some more ingredients, because really I think I want this one. Do I want this wall here to be stone, or do I want it to be glass? In some ways I'd kind of like it to be stone actually, so I might just make that one in stone as well, and that way we've got more of a conservatory feel than a greenhouse. So I'm going to finish off that stone wall now, and then I'll be right back with you guys. So unfortunately it's not possible to place a stone ramp. Well, there is no such thing as a stone ramp, but unfortunately there is only stone sloped ceiling, which we have already, I've just tried to place one and we cannot. It won't go in the right place. What we really need is a stone ramp, but unless one has been added to the engrams recently, I don't think one's in existence, and so we can't possibly put one there. Now what we could possibly do, I suppose, is put a metal one, but I don't really want to put a metal one because that one would look right either. So for the time being, we're just going to leave that like this. We can actually get up there. It looks a bit stupid, but we can actually get up there, so I'm just going to leave it as it is. As you can see, I put a railing in there. And you can see this end wall here is finished now, so you can see where the roof is going to go, and we're going to have a sloped roof this side, and then it's going to be sort of yeah, flat on the top basically, but we're not going to have enough crystal to finish this off basically, so I am going to have to go and do some collecting of stuff with my birds. Whoops, we're just going to place that there. And then we need to place one more on this side. So we're going to do that. And then I'm going to have to head off to Metal Mountain. Or as it's, I'm not entirely sure what it's called actually. It may be called Cold Fang, I'm not sure. There we go. That's that wall. And then we can place our first piece of ceiling, hopefully. Yeah, this is always fun. Now you see it kind of did it then, kind of. There we go. So we get a good feel for what it's going to look like when it's complete, but we're going to need enough crystal for 4 pieces of flat pieces of ceiling and 3 more sloped bits of ceiling. So it will be dawn soon, and by the time I get back it should very much be daylight. So I'm going to repair my torch because otherwise I'm going to be left in the dark, and then I'm going to head off into the dawn And I will see you guys when I get back. Well, we're back, and it's, I've now learned how to make pretty uneventful trips to the mountain without anything untoward happening. Though it is a bit more challenging to find your way back when it's foggy. Like it was up there, believe it or not. It's not here now. Right, you guys can stop following now. But they are my feathery mules, as per usual. Oh no, don't go over there. That's really inconvenient. Oh, she's so dim. She always does that. Oz, come here. Oz. I haven't told you not to follow me, right? Come on. Let's have you back over here. Okay. And you can stay right there. And he has quite a lot of crystal in him. And as you can see, I found some rare mushrooms as well. And yes, I cannot carry all of that. I took all of the meat, or more or less all of the meat, out of my Argents, just to make sure that they had maximum carrying capacity. We'll shove that in there. The rare mushrooms will go in the kitchen, of course, where they're close to where they can be used in the recipes. And it looks like I'm going to have to go and find my other bird. Now, Oz and Izzy are still sharing a saddle because I haven't got enough chitin to make a second one, which isn't ever so convenient. Now, where is she? Oh, my word. Let's see. How do we do? Follow you. Come on. What a pain. Come on, missus. Now let's just see. Can we put this saddle on her while she's in the air? And then leap on board, and here we go. I'm not sure if I can fly through there. I shouldn't be able to, but I can. Yeah. Figures. Okay. Right, so here we go. Carrier pigeons present and correct. Now, let's just tell her to stop following. Oh, at which point she walks off. Obviously she does. We'll close those. Thank you very much. And can I carry all of that? Just about. And after that haul, we have a cool... I don't know, looks like a couple more 100 pieces anyway. We've got, yeah, I think we had about 87 left. And now it looks like we've got 311, which is more than we actually had to start with, which is fantastic. So, let's see if we can finish off this greenhouse. So we're going to need... Hello? We're going to need 3 more of those, I think. We can only make 8. Wow. Maybe we still haven't got enough. I don't know. We need 3 more of these. And we're going to need 4 of those. And that little crafting exercise netted us a level up, which we will apply in just a moment. But for the time being, we have got a greenhouse structure to finish. And hopefully this day, in game, we'll be able to finish it. Oh no, is that clipping through? That looks like... Don't know, it's just rendering slightly oddly. I think it's correct. Just looks a bit weird. And this one. And last but not least, hello. There, right above my head. Then we've got these ones. Please don't place them in the wrong place. I can't afford any more. Whoa. Marvellous! There we go! That's our greenhouse finished. And it looks pretty cool, actually. I like that. Alright, now we are going to have to make one more thing here, actually. I'm going to have to demolish that window. And we're going to have to demolish this wall as well, because I want, I want a doorway going through there. Now, we're going to have to actually place a stone wall in there, I think, with a glass door in it. So whether we have the materials to make that glass door, I think we probably do. Let's just see. Glass door, yes, we can. We can make 6, actually, so that's fine. There we are. And now our greenhouse is truly finished. There we go. We have easy access into the greenhouse cum conservatory via this door. Nice. Now all we need is for this to be a functional greenhouse. Now, I really don't know where we stand on water systems and whether we can put irrigation pipes through walls. If we can't, it's going to make life a little bit interesting, because how else do you make a greenhouse? I'm really not sure. So what we need here now is some crop plots. Now, we've got 4 foundations, and we should at least be able to place 5 crop plots without them obstructing anything. We should be able to place at least 5. We should be able to place 1 on each of these, and then 1 in that corner as well. All of medium size, so we're going to go and see if we can make some of those now. I'm not really interested in the large ones. I'm not sure if it really makes that much difference anyway. Let's just apply this upgrade to ourselves, shall we? We've got health, stamina, oxygen. You know what? I might actually put some in oxygen, just because we might have to be going diving to see if we can find some more oil at some point soon. At which point, yeah, that's going to be quite useful. So, we need crop plots now. For crop plots, as I recall, we're going to need wood, thatch, and yeah, we always need thatch. Wood, thatch, and stone. And I don't know how much of each of those. I'll be encumbered now and won't be able to move. Or barely. Okay, let's see how many we can make now. Plot. Medium crop plot. Okay, we haven't got fibre. Fibre. Medium crop plot, 4. Let's make that. And we'll make a 5th. And I'm pretty certain we'll be able to house all of that. And we might even be able to put another one in there. But for the moment, 5 will do us quite nicely. We don't want to be too crowded in there anyway. As I say, I would ideally like to irrigate the place eventually. But, as I say, not sure how that works around walls. There we go. So that's actually, these are not actually, they don't take up that much space at all, really. They take up enough. So I think I will place that, I don't know, as far into the corner as I can, I suppose, to be efficient. Let's place it there. And we'll place another one next to it. There we go. Nice. So actually, we've got 5 in there now. We can fit another one in this corner here. And so I probably will do that. We're going to need a compost bin, actually. So what I might do is put a compost bin here. Because having a compost bin somewhere near our crop plots does make a lot of sense. Either that, or we'll have to kind of put it around the corner there, which would make sense, actually, to put it there. And then if I put my dinos down here, we can very easily move the dino dung into the compost bin. So that's a good idea, actually. That's what I'm going to do. We're going to place another crop plot and a compost bin. Oh, and we're going to collect some eggs. My good chickens, look at this. And we have some starter poos. Okay, here we go. We've got one last crop plot to place here. And actually, looks like we could fit a big one in there without any difficulty. I don't actually know how big a big one is. So I might leave that one for the time being, actually. And if we can fit a big one in there, it might make sense to do that. Oh, heck, I'm not sure I can be bothered, actually. I think a small one will do absolutely fine. I will just put it a little bit of a distance away from the others, like so. That's fine. And then we've got our compost bin. Oh, hello. I do have trouble with doors. We've got our compost bin, which I will place here, if we possibly can. Is obstructed. And what, pray, is it obstructed by? Okay, I'm not entirely sure what it's obstructed by there. A rock on the floor, perhaps? Let's see, will it go there? It won't go there either. But it will go here. Okay, so I guess we'll place it wherever we're allowed to. There we are, there's our compost bin. And we've got some dung there already. Not much, but just a little bit. And then we're going to need some thatch to bung in there as well. But I'm pretty sure I've got some thatch lying around the place. And last time I looked, I had loads of it. But of course, we've used up quite a lot today as it is. So let's just see if we have a stack of the stuff in here. Sort of, mostly. And we'll put that in there, and then that can be making some compost at least. I quite like another raptor. I'd still quite like another raptor to mate boost with Violet. There we go. So we're going to need 3 more bits of dung there. And I am not beyond the notion of taming a Phiomia for the purposes of farming dino poo. And I'm fairly sure there's one out there somewhere. I have got various seeds in here. We've got rock carrot, citronal, long grass, and savor root. Now we've got 2 savor roots, but I'm not sure we really want to have 2 savor root plants. And yeah, these are going to need to be irrigated as well, because they ain't going to get rained on. So we're going to need to set up a system of some sort and try and irrigate these with pipes. Yes, so I'm going to seed 4 of these with our rare seeds, as it were, and then those ones which they rot almost as soon as you pick them off the plant can very quickly be taken through to our cooking pot. That is the plan. And then the others 2 or 3, the other 2 plots, we can put some, I don't know, berries of some sort in. I haven't got Tinto berries or azels growing yet, so we might, put some of those in there. Or we might put one of, I don't know what we can put in there. We shall see. Narcs and stims I've got growing elsewhere, so I don't think that we need to worry about that too much. I've got 1 torch left. Obviously that's not going to be much, 1 torch. So we'll place 1 for the moment, and then we'll need to make another one. At least. Let's put that there. And stick some spark powder in it. And then we need at least 1 more torch in here for this end here, perhaps on that end wall. And maybe then we'll need to put 1 somewhere in the middle as well. I'm not sure quite how many of those we're going to need to adequately light this place until it gets dark. Then we'll be able to tell. For the time being, we need to make lights. We need to make 2 more of those, I think. Craft all 100 plus? No. Just 2 will do fine, thanks. Starting to get a little bit dusky now, so we'll soon know how effective these are. Let's see, we'll put that, I think, on the wood. I think that's where they look best. And we'll add some spark powder to that. And then we'll put our 3rd one here, kind of close to the door. About the same height as the others are, hopefully. And spark powder in there. And then hopefully we'll have enough light in here. But as I say, I think I'm going to leave these seeded, but for the moment not fertilised and not irrigated. So they won't grow, and I know they won't grow, but that's okay, because what I really need to do before we do anything else is see if we can actually irrigate these. So we're going to need... now actually I don't think I've learned the engrams. So we've got some engram points to apply. Let's see if we can learn what a metal water system. There's our stone reservoir. And here down in the metal recipes, we have a metal reservoir. So we'll learn that. And then we've also got metal pipes. Whether there's an advantage to using those over and above stone ones, I don't know. They might be more effective, perhaps. For the moment, though, I need to look more into how you actually make these work. So that's going to be for the next episode. But for now, let's just see pipes. Metal. Reservoir. There we go. Let's craft that reservoir. Look at that. That's incredible. We have used a heck of a lot of metal in that. Understandably. And I'm also not sure if we're going to have to place this reservoir on a foundation or not. We didn't have to place the stone one on a foundation. And I am a little bit... Now, let's see. No snap point. Yeah, we're going to have to place that on a foundation. And at the moment, I'm a little bit reluctant to place it. Just because I can't be sure whether if I place it outside, it's then not going to work and I'm going to end up, you know, sort of not being able to put the pipes through a wall and going to end up having to put the cistern in here. But that would be no good because that wouldn't fill up. I'd have to fill it up manually, and what's the point of that? So yes, I'm going to have to do a little bit of research into that, but there we go. We've got some lighting in here. Not a terrific amount, and obviously it's a bit difficult to put lights here where our crop plots are. But someday soon we will go electric, and at that point we will be able to see what we're doing rather better, because electricity will provide us with more light and a bit more bang for our buck. But before we do that, we are going to have to gather a lot more oil. So that is probably going to be our next project after we get our greenhouse properly irrigated. The ones outside, yeah, they get watered every time it rains. These obviously are not going to, but they will benefit from greenhouse effect. 210%. 210%, how's that even possible? But I'm guessing that's good. So greenhouse effect should help our crops to grow faster, which will be fantastic. Close the flaming door. There we go. But that has used prodigious amounts of lots and lots of materials. Who'd have known it would have used more glass and more crystal than I actually had access to. But it looks, apart from the grass clipping through the foundations as ever, it looks brilliant, and it's fantastic. We just need to get that up and running now. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. I hope you think this is looking good. If anybody's got any hot tips on how to do pipe work and reservoirs and watering your crops remote, I mean, all that sort of stuff, yeah, don't hesitate. Let me know, because this will be the first time I've done that. The most I've done so far is put a stone tap and a pipe off a stone reservoir just so that I could fill jars from it. Yeah, and that's been it so far, but we're getting a little bit more high-tech now. Not massively, but a little bit. And things are looking good here in Hidden Valley. So, as I say, hope you enjoyed this episode. If you did, hit that like button. Feel free to leave me any comments, hints, tips, suggestions, and requests. Oh, we can't see the greenhouse anymore now. And in the meantime, I hope you join me for the next episode. Until then, keep gaming, keep surviving, and stay happy. Bye-bye for now.